Hello, welcome to Waypoint Survival. Today, I want to talk to you about a really great e-bike. This is the Engwe M20. It's really not as much of an e-bike as it is an electric moped. Let's talk about it right now. Stay tuned. So this e-bike is the Engwe M20, and it is a really neat bike. I love the way it looks, and as you can tell right from the get-go, it has some unique features. One of the first things that you'll notice about this bike is that it has an option for 2 batteries. And each one of these batteries, using of course the pedals, but each one is good for 47 miles. So that means that this electric moped, this bicycle, can actually go a total of 94 miles. What's really great about this is it takes away that whole problem when you're worried about, can I get home, do I have enough charge? If you ride and you've got 1 battery and it goes down to a low level, you just switch to the next battery. There's a couple of things about these batteries that are unique. First of all, we have the on and off switch, very easy to reach while you're riding the bike. Of course, this is off, this is on. You reach up here, undo this rubber plug. This is your charging port. It's very easy to access. And then also, a really nice feature about this is there is a USB port. And you can charge your phone, you can run a light, all kinds of things that you could do with this battery. And of course, it is removable off the bike for charging in case you don't want to leave it on the bike to do so. There's a simple charge indicator on the very front of the battery. Push the button, and it lets you know how much charge you have left. Removing the batteries is a simple job. Comes with a couple of keys. Actually, you have 2 keys per battery, and so I just put the 2 separate ones on the ring. They do not match, so you need both keys. You find the one that matches, put it in here, turn it, and then it simply slides forward. Very, very easy, on and off, right back in place. Lock it, and now you're good to go. The tires are 20 inches by 4. They're fat tires, they're knobby, they're quite aggressive, but even though they handle really well on gravel and backcountry trails, they also do pretty well on pavement. You can see that it comes standard with fenders, both in the front and in the rear of the bicycle / moped. And as you can see, clearly marked on the tire that it is a moped tire. The dual batteries are 48 watts, 13 amp hours. It has a quite powerful 750 watt rear geared hub motor, which can reach up to 1,000 watts of peak power when you need it. The seat is a motorcycle style seat. It is not adjustable, but you can slide back and forth to adjust your position. And I really like the fact that it has this great sturdy handle, which is part of the frame, which makes it very easy to lift up and down and move around. Its total weight is 89 pounds with the 2 batteries, but the way that it's set up, I don't find it difficult at all to maneuver. As a matter of fact, the extra weight is very helpful when you are traveling down on a road going pretty fast, and I've been on the highway with this, and it does quite well. It has a total seating capacity of 265 pounds. And even though I don't weigh quite that much, I'm fairly close. And I can tell you that this bike has plenty of power for somebody my size. Speaking of comfort, this is a full suspension bike with a mono rear shock absorber and 2 heavy-duty adjustable shock absorbers in the front. The shock absorbers are easily adjustable in the front by simply turning a dial. Turns very easy, and it clicks with authority. The rear is not adjustable. The Engwe M20 has a 7-speed shifter and derailleur, and the shifter-derailleur combination is one of the smoothest that I have ridden in a very long time. All of that shifting is easily controlled. This button here shifts your gears up, and then of course when you're pedaling, you pull this lever to shift down. It's very easy to reach. To power the bike up and get it ready for riding, it's a simple matter of turning on the battery. And then in the front of the display, which is on the left handlebar, push this button and hold it in for just a couple of seconds. As you can see, we have a battery indicator, we have our speed, and this is adjustable for miles per hour, the imperial, or kilometers if you wish. It shows our level of assistance, which right now is 0, and then how many miles we've ridden, either total or for the trip. You can adjust your speed. There's 2 rubber buttons here. This is the plus, this is the minus, so you can add assistance or take away assistance. It has mechanical disc brakes, both in the front as well as in the rear, and they do a really good job of stopping the bike quickly. It has a really good horn, which is quite loud, and then this button is for your headlight. When you first power up the bike, hold this down, and it has running lights to save the battery. So this comes on whenever the bike is on, and you can't turn it off unless you wish to actually unplug the wires, which I would not recommend. But these are your running lights. Then if you turn the switch on, it has full headlights, top and bottom. Now what's nice about this is the top beam can be adjusted for distance, and the bottom beam can be adjusted to show you what's in front of the bike. So you get that dual headlight approach, which really gives you a lot of great visibility when you're out on the road at night, and I've ridden this at night and you can see quite well with it. That's going to be a really great option if you're out trail riding, you get stuck out after dark, you don't have to worry about it. This also gives you great visibility from oncoming traffic. It also has a really great integrated tail light, and whenever you touch the brakes, either side, front or rear, it comes on, and then when you have the headlight on full, on high beam, it comes on and stays on. Of course, then you still have your brake feature, which I think is just a super nice touch. Really gives you a feeling of safety when you're out and about, especially when you're out around traffic or an area where you want to be seen, or you're riding with people behind you and you go to stop. Now to make the bike go in moped mode, of course, you turn the power on, and then you have to select at least level 1 on your indicator. Because if it's at 0, it doesn't work. There's no assistance at all. You're just pedaling it like you would a bicycle or actually a moped. But this is a full twist throttle. So if you're used to using a motorcycle handle grip, this is perfect for you, and it's very, very natural for someone who has ridden a motorcycle, as I have for many years. This is a really nice feature, and again, it comes very naturally when you're riding a moped, and actually you're going to use this a lot. This is really great to get started when you are coming off a dead start or you're coming up a hill, as the pedal assist takes a couple of seconds to kick in. It's a bit of a lag built into the bike, but this right here, it starts off, and what's nice is it's sort of a gradual start, so it doesn't just spin gravel or jerk out from under you. It's a bit of a slow and gradual move into speed, and that's a really nice thing for people, for beginners and folks that might be afraid that it's overpowered and that might get away from you. So just turn the throttle, and it's a good gentle takeoff, and very shortly you'll be up to speed. Max speed is between 26 and 28 miles an hour. They say 28. Of course, with assistance and going downhill, you can get it going a lot faster than that. You could easily get up to 35 or 40 miles an hour going downhill, but of course you have to be very careful with that. I can vouch, however, for the fact that this handles very well at those speeds. The handlebars are plenty wide enough to give you good control both on gravel and at high speed going down the highway. The pedals have a nice long throw on them, and it really does help when you start to pedal. It has plenty of power and torque even if you don't use the power assist. It also comes with a really nice instruction booklet with easy to understand instructions and diagrams. Along with that, it also comes with a nice little pouch of tools for the assembly. So, as in all of my reviews, I like to be honest about the things that I like. First of all, really like the way the bike looks. I like the way that it handles. I think there's a lot of unique features on this bike, this moped, that make it very much worth your consideration. For a bug out scenario, for a survival situation, having the extra USB ports, the ability to have 2 batteries just gives you a lot of power, and of course you could charge one and use the other, and it gives you, like I said, a lot of different options. However, there are a couple of things about the bike that I don't care for too much, and I want to share that with you. First of all, of course, remember that this is not strictly a bike or a bicycle. It is a moped. So when you are pedaling this, you're going to find that your knees are going to be quite high. So this isn't a bike or a moped that you would pedal long distances. Now, we used to have a gas-powered moped many years ago, and that was just something that you got used to. Yes, you can pedal it, of course, absolutely. You could pedal this for 1,000 miles if you want to, but you're not going to find it as comfortable as a full-size bicycle. This is designed to be an electric moped. You have to keep that in mind. Along with that, I do wish that it had an adjustable seat. Even though you can scoot toward the back, I'm almost 6 foot tall, and it's just a little bit small for my frame, although it does work just fine, and I've put quite a few miles on it. But that's something for you to take into consideration. If you're over 6 feet tall, it might not work so well for you. But if you've got a shorter person or someone that's a teenager perhaps, this is absolutely fantastic. Of course, you want to be able to put your feet flat on the ground, so that's another consideration. And so, you know, depending on what your inseam is, you're going to have to be probably at least a 29 inch inseam for this to fit you very well. The other item about this is the lag in the power assist. You literally have to pedal for a couple of seconds, and it's somewhere between 6 or 7 revolutions before the power assist kicks in on the pedal. Of course, you can easily fix that by just turning the throttle, twisting that handle, and away you go, and you get almost immediate power. So if you're into preparedness and you're thinking about getting an e-bike or a moped such as this is, I would highly recommend looking at this. The amount of torque and power that it has, the dual battery option, the USB port, it offers a lot for someone who wants to charge something up like this off-grid or from a generator of some sort. This is really going to get you a lot of miles, and if someone works in a town and you've got an SUV or something where you could store this in the back, you could easily pedal home on this, and unless you're a really far distance away, you could be assured that this is going to get you home in plenty of time. Now, if you don't pedal at all, you might ask that question, you're probably going to get maybe 20 miles per battery. So if you just use the throttle, you're going to get probably 35 to 40 miles on just pure electric power without pedaling at all. And of course, that depends on your size and your weight and how much gear you're carrying. As far as charging time is concerned, it's going to take about 4 to 5 hours using a 110 outlet to charge this to full power. So do keep that in mind.